Tucking Valerian in bed takes too long. I'm excited to get back to Everly. Finally, my balls are so blue that I just want her to touch it, even just look at it. I would take anything at this point. I ain't picky. I'll probably blow a load just by the sight of her pretty pink vagina. Walking to the door, I have a spring in my step until my spawn opens his little mouth.
"Can you read me a book?"
Valerian asks. I freeze with my hand on the door, mid-escape. Please be a 5-page pop-up book with 1 sentence on each page. Sure, I tell him, turning around and stepping over Casey, who's asleep on his trundle. Valerian holds up what must surely be the never-ending story, with how big it is. It literally is a never-ending fucking story. The thing is at least 500 pages. Please be big lettering per page, like 1 letter a page, big letters. Valerian shuffles over, and I squeeze next to him, having to fold myself like origami to fit on the pint-sized human bed, and open this book, which, of course, is to do with space, just like his bedroom. At least it's educational. I groan. Which idiot bought this book? Wait, I did. I was that idiot. I will never encourage nighttime reading again. I get it now. Valerian looks up at me, blinking and yawning, with his cute little face staring at me expectantly. I start reading and get to some part of the Milky Way and glance down, hoping he's asleep. But then I make eye contact with eyes that match mine. He's still awake. Why? Why do you do me like this? I am aware I'm throwing a tantrum, but for the love of God, go to fucking sleep. Stifling a growl and the urge to toss the book out the window, I continue reading. I know Everly can feel my frustration, possibly feel the weight in my damn balls too. Zoe owes me big for her crotch goblin waking my boy when I could finally get in some sexy time. Even reading to Valerian, she keeps mumbling about pink unicorns or some crap. I'm damn near tempted to duct tape her mouth shut or put her in the hall. She's lucky she's cute and kind of growing on me. To be honest, she had me at Uncle Valen, so I guess I won't disown her yet. I guess I'll let her stay. I continue reading this encyclopedia on space. An hour goes by, and I swear I hear Everly chuckle in the room down the hall. She's enjoying my torment, enjoying my blue balls. I almost do a happy dance when I notice the fruit of my loins has finally crashed and carefully sneak off his bed. I step over Casey, only to find her staring up at me, and in her hands is another book. Sweetie, my throat is dry, I tell her, and she pouts, fluttering the lashes of her big hazel eyes.
"You can have a sip from my drink bottle, Uncle Valen,"
she says, while beaming and holding it up. That damn word again, but it sounds so endearing. Uncle has a nice ring to it. That's it. Zoe is on my most wanted list. Off with her fucking head. Casey moves over and rummages on the shelf, pulling out a book that thankfully only has about 20 pages. She holds up her drink bottle to me, and I shake my head. Definitely not drinking from that after she slurped on it.
"For your throat, so you can read,"
she says, and I hear Everly snicker. She is sorely mistaken if she thinks she's getting out of it, or will be by the time I'm done with her. No amount of willpower could stop the gagging cough as I squirt the tiniest amount of her water in my mouth. The time it takes for me to swallow it and not run for the bathroom and sanitize my mouth is the longest few seconds of my life. It's like forcing myself to swallow a golf ball.
"You can have some more. I don't mind sharing,"
Casey chirps. Does she not know whose father I am? Does she not see that he gets his strange behaviors from me? Casey insists on me drinking some more of her backwash drink bottle, and I gag. The water tastes slimy. It shouldn't taste slimy. Why is it slimy? That was definitely spit, and I think a piece of cookie. I look at the drink bottle and the tiny hole at the top before looking down at Casey. How? I want answers on how she could get a cookie in her drink bottle. It makes no sense. yet I just swallowed it. Casey, now happy my non-existent thirst is quenched, hands me her book. I'm going to hunt down the author or director or whoever invented prancing trolls and murder them. They deserve death. I understand Valerian's hate for the movie, show, whatever the heck it is. The girl is obsessed, and I don't mean slightly. I'm pretty certain Casey is their #1 fan. They should be giving her freebies at this point. She's a walking, talking promotion for them. Even the hair ties in her braided hair have Princess Poppy on them. I settle next to her, reading it to her. I try to skim a few lines to hurry it up, but she catches me. She is obsessed. I don't know why she needed me to read it. She knows it word for word and could probably recite it backward. After the 5th read-through, she finally passes out, and I make a quick dash for the bathroom and chug down half a bottle of mouthwash before brushing my teeth and finishing off the other half of the mouthwash. I needed to cleanse my insides of the bacteria I've just ingested. I shiver at the thought of the germs in that bottle. I sneak back to my room with a sigh of relief, shut the door, and flick the lock. I mentally debate dragging the dresser in front of it too, but figure surely they can't pick a lock. Turning around, I look at the bed with a smile, then freeze. Nope, not happening. She's asleep. I did not just ingest a slobbered-on soggy piece of cookie and drink spit water and read half the damn library for her to fall asleep before I got back. Nope, she's paying up. I briefly wonder if I could get her to pay up for the kiss she owes. Maybe kiss my little head instead of my big one. I ponder cursing Zoe and the kids for a few seconds before climbing in the bed like a creeper and stalking my mate. Sneaking between the sheets, I climb between her legs, only for her to knee me in the face.
Shit. Are you all right?
She mumbles, half asleep.
Valen, it's late.
She whines, yawning as I shove her legs apart and grip her ass.
The morning of the Alpha meeting is a rat race trying to get the kids dressed and ready for the day. As I quickly pull a shirt over Valerian's head, he instantly whines as the collar crinkles. Valerian, I haven't got time. Not today. I tell him. Of all the days he wants to have a meltdown, it has to be the day of the Alpha meeting. It will be held at 3 p.m. I'm already a nervous wreck. The shirt looks acceptable, but Valerian goes into a full-on meltdown, tugging at it and crying. Valen comes over from making his and Casey's cereal and grabs the hem, lifting it off him.
Calm down. The hotel is fine, Everly. You're stressing for no reason.
Valen calls over his shoulder while wandering off to get Valerian a new shirt. He returns with a buttoned one and carefully does the buttons up for his son, making sure not to wrinkle his shirt, before seating Valerian at the table. My brain feels fried with all the things I have to check and arrange once back at the hotel, though Valen assured me he would help. How, I'm not sure, since Zoe and I will be helping set up, and I need him to watch both kids.
I have to duck down to the council really quick, then I'll head to the hotel to help you.
Valen says. Well, you need to take the kids with you. Zoe and Marcus are already setting up, and I need to check the restaurant and mark off the catering supplies, I tell him.
No, my father's watching them for us, and I already asked Zoe, who's fine with him taking Casey too. You just have to meet him downstairs in the wine garden. There's a kids' play area.
Valen says, coming over and pecking my lips. Wait, what time? I call after him.
Just head down after they finish eating. Dad's taking them to the movies and lunch and will meet us at the hotel.
Valen calls over his shoulder before walking out the door. I sigh, looking over at the kids, who are happily eating their Fruit Loops. Thank the goddess Kaylin is taking them. I don't think I can handle their sugar rush today. The wine gardens are lovely, though the stares I receive from everybody are beginning to annoy me. I can't wait until the secret's out, just so people will fuck off with their glares. Casey and Valerian are climbing on the climbing frames and swinging on the poles when I get a text message from Kaylin saying he's running a little late. I'm surprised he has my phone number. Valen must have given it to him. Casey, don't eat that, I tell her, racing over before she actually eats the snail she's lifting to her mouth. But why? That lady is, Casey says, pointing to the woman at the table who's eating escargot. Valerian pulls a face at the woman as she eats one that was on the bed of lettuce on her plate. Still, don't eat it. Snail slime is poisonous, I tell her, wiping her hands free of the handful of snails she's collected from the garden. Then why is she eating them? Ugh. Come on, Kaylin. Then you can answer these questions, I internally groan. Because they're a delicacy and they're cooked, not fresh from the garden, I tell her. Gross! Why would anyone eat a slug? Valerian asks, plucking a snail from the garden where I just made Casey drop them. It comes out of its shell and he drops it, pulling a face. I chuckle at him just as a voice from another table reaches my ears. Seems Alphanovel needs to up his standard, especially for the price we pay. Letting rogues in here. Such a shame. A middle-aged woman says, turning her gaze to me. Valerian growls at her, shocking me, and seems about to say something. I grip his shoulder gently, and he looks up at me. I shake my head. Mind your place, boy. Rogue whores and their mutt shouldn't be allowed in the presence of the elite. She sneers, and I glare at her, biting my tongue. I am not about to cause a scene. I'll have to put in a complaint. It looks like the Alpha's letting all kinds of riffraff in here. It appears so, ma'am, because he let you through his doors. I tell her, sick of her whining voice. Her piggish face seems appalled that I would even talk back to her, let alone call her the riffraff. How dare you? Do you have any idea who I am? No, and I don't care to. I have standards, and you don't meet them, I tell her. She huffs, tossing her napkin on the floor, before stomping off just as Kaylin steps into the children's play area.
Sorry I'm late. I got caught in traffic.
He turns to look where I'm staring after the woman.
Everything all right?
Fine. I need to go. Kaylin nods, and I turn to the kids. Casey is stuffing her pockets full of snails once again. I click my tongue and give them both a peck on the cheek, telling them to behave, before leaving Kaylin to deal with it.
I will find you later, dear,
Kaylin says, pecking my cheek and hugging me, much to the disgust of those around us. Somehow, I don't think I'll get used to his sudden affections toward me. I roll my eyes before leaving and looking for Tatum, who's supposed to take me back to the hotel. Only when I walk out the front doors do I stop and stare in disbelief. Valerie's truck. I blink and take a step back, staring again. Tatum climbs out of the driver's seat and shuts the door. My hands go to my eyes, and I rub them, holding back the tears. I thought he crushed it. Is it? I couldn't believe my eyes. Tatum smiles before tossing me the keys. Her old keychains are still attached, along with the pendants of 4 steel cut-out girls and 3 babies. And 3 keychain pictures of Valerian, Casey, and Taylor were also still attached. Just seeing them, I can hear them jingle like they used to on her hip when she walked. I kiss the keys, trying not to become emotional over an old truck. He didn't destroy it? I choke.
Nope, he kept it in the garage. I filled it up for you, but she needs a good clean. Pretty dusty down there,
Tatum says, and I nod.
Valen said you were stressed this morning. He was going to give it back tonight, but he just called and asked me to give it to you now to help cheer you up.
Tatum laughs. It definitely did that. I hug him quickly. Thank you, I tell him before jumping into my truck and reaching over to unlock the glove box. Relief floods me when I see the letters from Valerie inside. I pull them out, making sure they're all there, including the one for Valen, which is still sealed. I swallow before placing it back. It had arrived a few weeks after her passing, along with the others for when the babies grew older. It was one of the reasons I was so devastated about the car. I thought they would never find out what was in those letters. The other 3 go straight into my handbag, I'll put them in the safe back at the hotel. Why I didn't in the first place is beyond me. Her storage locker key, where all her belongings are, is still there too, and I tossed that in my bag, along with the envelopes. Starting my baby up, she roars to life. I smile before pulling out, heading home.